Okie dokie. Welcome, welcome. Okie dokie. My friends. I think I need to go live on YouTube because it's not. Public. Done. There we go. Let me do some messages. Boom. Let me do some messages over here. Do some messages over here. Do some boom. Both working. API quota very low. 1,700 out of 10,000. Should be cool. Should be cool. What else? What else? There we go. The chat was like this. Okay. Welcome, Eternal Justice. Welcome, 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 welcome. By the way, people have connected already, and I still don't see any of the balls in the cage based on who is connected through Twitch and who is connected through YouTube. So not sure what that is all about, Mr. Claude. Let's see if he can work on that at the same time. Need to whip them. Need two agents at the same time because, you know, otherwise they will start to be lazy. Otherwise they start to be lazy. You will see this image often, this one, because when Claude makes any changes to my streaming setup, it always needs a restart, and you're not there's no way around it. There's just no way around it the way I see it. Oh, interesting thing, Claude. Is it possible that you keep chat history so that whenever you restart the native app, you won't lose all of the chat? And I'm going to be able to read the chat because it's kind of unsettling for people. I think if you lose the, you know, chat all the time. But I read your messages. Don't you worry. I saw them. So everything works. It's just, you know, it needs a little bit of that. It needs a little bit of that good old whipping once in a while. Now, let me do a test. Let me just do it before I jump into the games, okay? Before I jump into the matches of rank 1 Yorick gameplay, Master Gatekeeper 3LP. Before I jump into them, let's see how the vegetable pile is working, because there's a vegetable pile feature that I have now that I want to see how it's going to interact with people in chat. By the way, if you type a question mark, it should throw a random question mark, so you can test that out as well. You can test that out as well. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's up. Okay, 2 CS. There's a cabbage on my head. Okay, tomatoes. A tomato on my head. Yes, very good. but it's still showing 0, which is not great. I wonder if it's doing that based on I'm having trouble understanding. Hey man, why are they not triggering? What? Is it just me? Or earlier in game they don't have like the range the same as they should. I think they are not stacking correctly. Let's see. Let's real quick just vegetables on head, scatter count, pile veggies per floor. Ooh, okay, this setting could work. Pile layer height, pile max height. You know, one thing, Claude, that's a problem is that carrots are too small compared to, for example, tomatoes and pumpkins. And pumpkins need to be like twice the size. So the pile actually doesn't look that good right now. Also, carrots seem to have 3 carrots in them, but there should be just 1 per carrot. So I'm not sure if I need to go in Blender for this fix, or can you do that? In any case, please try and fix it. I think you can do it. I don't need to go in Blender. That's what I believe. But maybe you have a different agenda. But, you know, you are working for me, so please fix it. But I think it's acceptable for now. You know, it's just acceptable for now. Cut down feels OP. I think they nerfed it already. Didn't they? Didn't they? What about custom 3D models for Grom, Wolves, etc.? Yeah. The thing is, it's going to require for me to research that and to do it, because I'm not really good at skinning and making skins. So if someone can do that, please do and send me on Discord. But I'm gonna invest that time once the time comes, you know. But that's a good idea. I like it. You know, I came up with it during a game, and somebody said yes in the chat. So yeah, welcome Noob, welcome Utopian Medic, welcome Old Singed, welcome Unlawful Crayfish. Don't know what that means. I don't know what crayfish is. Is that a fish that's cray-cray? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I gotta be careful because I have this automatic picker set up here. And it's still not picking Irelia as the ban. There's something about it that it can't do it. There's something about it, you know? Somebody else banned it already, so it's all good. Let me ban Smolder. Can you show some tank builds? I do not have any tank builds in the current season, unfortunately. By the way, that sound you hear, that beep sound, that's when Blender is starting up. Because Claude listened to me and he thought, man, I can fix the effing carrots. And he's trying that in the background right now. Well, I never thought I would witness this in real time. Did not know your streams. Thank you for the great stuff you've been putting out. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, Justin. And I'm glad you enjoy. I really like to, you know, I actually I've been streaming for a while already, and I've been having a channel for a while. I've had a channel for a while, and I feel like I have to stream once in a while. Now this month I'm going to stream more. Don't you worry about this. It's restarting the setup. This month I will stream more. I do stream more. But whenever I go a few days without streaming, I feel like I don't connect with... I almost view my fans as kind of semi-friends, you know. I know they're not real friends, but I feel like I can do... there's a connection to be had there. Let me just read the chat because, again, it missed the whole chat. Okay, no new messages there. Remember when Ye was like, that ish is cray, you misheard this, that fish cray. I don't know. You mean Kanye said something about fishes? Did you buy all the skins? Yes, there was a time when I believe there was a friend, there was a viewer from Riot who gifted me a lot of LP. Yeah, I've been watching the clips as they come in. Very entertaining. I'm glad. So you're telling me Deathfire's bait? In my opinion, yeah. In my opinion, they gutted it, and the numbers are just absolutely measly. I just don't... I don't know. Okay, I will try it one game with the drain tank build, okay? Because there is a drain tank build that you can do with a lot of Omnivamp. But other than that, I do believe it's a bait, yes. I do believe that it's a bait. It's not Patrick Bateman levels of bait, but still. I still haven't watched the... I still haven't... Man, it's not working still. I still haven't watched the American Psycho, by the way, but what it is, you know. I've seen enough clips that I know what is viewer count. Man, but this is not right. This is not the real viewer count. Right? This is not the real viewer count. This is cool. This is supposed to work like how many are from Twitch, how many are from YouTube. The red ones are from YouTube, but obviously it's not working, right? The gray, I don't even know what's gray, honestly. I don't know why Claude did that. I actually was sinned. I was sinning a little bit, and I played a couple of... If you look at my match history, you will see me get Essence Reaver as the first item, because I was hypnotized by the fact that it has mana, and it's a pretty good farming item, believe it or not. The book is way more insane by a long shot. Man, careful. Careful. We have enough people saying that book versions are better than the movie versions. And you're going to have to back it up big time if you're going to say that. You know, no offense. I'm not trying to say, hey, man, you know, you're wrong. Whoops, whoops, whoops. And one more. Not enough, though, actually. Should have probably smacked him better. Smacked her a little bit better. Okay. Those carrots are still too small, I think. Okay. Okay. Graze the spirits. Yeah, it's like the unseen, the people who are connected from the, you know, nether worlds, other worlds. Yeah, I don't know if I can get this. She's level 3. I don't have... Whoops. The thing is, you need E, and you need to... 1, 2, 3, and... Whoops. Well, not that bad, but still not that great, though. This Hail of Blades is very interesting. It's not something that I'm used to, you know? It's just simply not. Whoops. Almost. I think Viego died. Did you know that if you Q her, it doesn't trigger Hail of Blades. It just gives you a fast Q. Let me see actually if that's true, because I might have been misled by my own thoughts or something that somebody said in the chat. Whoops, careful. Don't do that. She wants to be quick, but, you know, she can't. He has a quick draw. I'm not a Lithuanian. I'm Latvian, man. But it's all good. I get it. Both countries, 1 million people. Okay, it used to be 2.5. Now it's like 1.7 or something. Viego is on my right side, so we'll see if that actually... He's actually doing a gank there. Oh, no. What is this? Guys, wow, this was, I felt betrayed for a second there, because I just wasn't looking at the map correctly. Whew. Not Estonian, man, not Estonian. There's one Estonian that I know I like. I actually have two Estonians that I love. One is Tommy Cash, that's the OG one. Whoops, man, oops, I don't think I win this. Yeah, caught me off guard there. I wonder if I should get this immediately. Yeah, I'll get it. Lost a little bit too much health from that, from something there. I'm not gonna lie, the electric Yorick tech is so funny because they don't expect it. But what do you mean they don't expect it? It's just extra damage. It's not the electrocute that's the funny part. The funny part is the damage itself. So yeah, they don't expect that, definitely. Okay. Okay. By the way, do the question mark pings work when you put them in the chat? You can actually control the coordinates by writing 50-50. Question mark 50, comma 50. It should be in the center then. If you just write the question mark, it's going to be random. Arimati, yes. Arimati and a... the first one, yeah, the first one is Tommy Cash, and the second one is Arimati. Of course. Did the question marks appear? And one more, and Maiden doesn't finish her off. Ah, Maiden, please work. Do not be slacking, okay? We cannot be slacking against a Katarina who has 3 amplifying tomes. The F is this? Man, that's as good as it gets. That's as good as it gets there. I'll take that. The Virgin Tank. The F does that mean? Is that a fat guy who lives in the basement? So the question marks work, are you saying? Man, the cabbages are a little bit, the pumpkins are a little bit too much on my head there. I think 00 would be the top left corner. That's how I was trying to code it. I'm not exactly sure if that's the way it is. You tell me. Okay. Man, so many ganks. You know what I didn't do? What I should have done? I should have said gank mid, because usually when I say it, there are less ganks, because they kind of get in their heads and they don't do it, you know? Oh, there she is. No, no, no. I'm just gonna be glad that that happened. Okay. She is pretty low, though. I can't help with that. Sorry. This is the time when people get mad at Yorick, because I got ganked and I died. And when Yorick gets ganked and he dies, he's pretty useless without the wife for 3 minutes, more than 3 minutes. Less than 3 minutes, actually. And they will just not understand that. And I don't, you know, just mute. Just mute. What's she doing? What's she doing? Well, actually, not that bad. Epstein Island. Whoop. I wonder how many more Epstein Islands there are in the world. Because the United States is an interesting place. They have quite a good system where the opposing party will, you know, jump at the opposing party. So the press kind of at least somewhat gets some truth out. But in other countries like, let's say, China, Russia, India, North Korea, you know, I don't even know if we need to mention North Korea. I wonder how many Epstein Islands they have, which we will never know about. Whoops. Man, I can't do this. Yeah. I can't do this. Probably a lot, right? There's a city named Epstein in Germany. There's no way. With 2 P's? I think we're the river Failed Bush. Bro. Bruh. Okay. I really think the problem was that I did not write the ping. Oh, no, 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 no. Unlucky. I thought that the tower is going to start hitting him. I promise, next game, I'm writing the gank mid. Because they almost never gank mid when I do that. So I believe it's sort of like not a curse, but a reverse curse. Reverse curse. Ba-da-bum-ba. Oh. That's a little too much, isn't it? I need to quickly start farming because they have abused my lane and it's over. But it's never over for a farmer, okay? Because you can still farm even when it's over. Okay. Viego going in. Epstein Island. Okay. go. She didn't know I'm gonna do that. Okay. Let's see where that Viego is hiding. On a bush somewhere or not? Sorry. Rabble roused her ass. That's for all the roams. Actually don't know. Can I do this? Smash. Nah, I'm not gonna do it now. Later, later. Later, skater. Whoops. Although, man, this is pretty strong because she's pretty far ahead of me, right? That was such a bad flash by her. He might try to jump over the wall there. You are watching some funny things, man. You are watching some funny things. Okay, Viego, don't try that. Hello, hello to everybody. I'm just gonna word this and sit here. I wonder... Sorry. Same thing. Don't even need to see that. Why does she keep making that mistake? Doesn't she know I'm the rabble rouser? Rabble roused her ass. It's the Hail of Blades. And it shows you the damage done. Like it shows 558, right? But that's way more because it doesn't count the actual autos that you got in. You know, so it's way, way more than that. We need to fight this, of course. Interesting. Gets out. It's all good. Katarina mad. She doesn't exist right now. We gotta be careful of that. But she will exist soon, sooner or later. No. Gotta be real careful because her ult is really, really strong and my ult is not strong at all. She's gonna rabble rouse me, yeah. You should be really, really careful when you're Yorick in these fights like that. But I couldn't really have done... I couldn't do anything because we needed that objective, right? Hindsight, of course, yeah, probably leave immediately. So what do you think about this item now? Maybe it's too stupid, I don't know. I think it's too stupid. Yeah. Do you play completely unlocked camera? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, this is a learning game, okay? So, the way I do it... No, please don't. The way you should do it when you have Hail of Blades is auto, Q, auto, profane. That's the way you should play it. Okay. But am I gonna do that? I don't know. More plates, it looks like. Thank you very much. Oh, no. Ezreal asks why you don't come. Well, I'm Yorick, please. Please, let me be. Let me work the way I work. And then it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna see Viego coming, so I don't need to worry here. about this farm. At least that's what... Whoops! Man, that... Oh, what? Okay. I did not see Diego coming there. I gotta be honest, I just didn't see him. I don't know where he came from. So he doesn't have health. He doesn't have health. She doesn't have health. She doesn't have health, and she does have health. Which means that I am not building this item. Instead, I'm gonna click on this icon right over here. There's a cooldown for the question mark. Yeah, of course. Come on. You would have otherwise... If there wasn't a cooldown, you would just, you know, spam it. Wouldn't you? Whoa, what am I doing? Okay. Guys. That's why you should not watch the mini-map. That's why you should block it. You should have pinged some question marks here, okay? You should have pinged some question marks here. I was too focused on what I need to do with this profane Hydra. It's auto Q, auto profane. That's the way you can do it. You got dead face, yeah, exactly. It also smiles. I didn't even know that, actually. I didn't even know that. How about YouTube chat working? How about all of the smiley faces working? Finally, it's been weeks since I've had that problem. Weeks. And now it finally works. Diego spawning in 3 seconds, which means that I will probably sit here. He must be here, right? Man, she's just helping him so much. How does she see this immediately on the map? Genius Senna? Right? There's no way. There's a word here, right? Whoopsie daisies. I'll take that 1k. I'll snatch it. Rabble roused her ass. She did not like that, let me tell you. Let me tell you that much. That's... Did I crit? Can someone see? Oh, I didn't crit because I didn't have crit. In any case, you know, she's supposed to be an assassin. She's... that's not enough, I think, for the Gromp. Used to be that ghouls were always enough for the Gromp, but not anymore. By the way, this Baron is simply because I invaded Viego. 100%. Welcome, Buck Nasty. Did I read that right? Man, I die here now, right? Yeah. These guys. You gotta pay, you know. If you're gonna have lethality build, this is gonna happen. I wonder if this is the best choice now, actually. It could be. Let's try it. It could actually be the best choice. Let's see what items they get. No health. Oh, they do have health, actually. This guy has health. This guy has no health, no health, no health. I think that it's still better to go for maximum smack right now. I say go chem chainsword. Come on, man. Come on, Buck Nasty. Come on, Buck Nasty. Then suggest this better, right? This would be even cooler. Let me just release Maiden. Yeah, I'll release Maiden and then go invade that jungle again. I'll take this cookie jar. Now, I know I call this the cookie jar. I know it's a meme name on this channel. And if I ever get to recreating all the jungle monsters as farming, like, okay, as farming objects, I feel like I shouldn't use the cookie jar. Whoops. Okay. I feel like I shouldn't use the cookie jar. Oh, it's a little bit crazy. Yeah, that's a little bit crazy. Too much damage coming in. It would make sense to create it as a cookie jar, but you know, if I make a map custom skin that makes all the jungle camps into farmable, like, okay, pieces, farmable objects, vegetables and fruits, then it should be vegetables and fruits. What would be your advice to a good night of sleep? Man, it's so hard to say. Coffee definitely hurts it. That's one thing that hurts it. But, you know, my wife says no screens. Sometimes I be scrolling and I sleep better. Whoops. Definitely less stress. Man, he's gonna use it and I'm gonna die. Yeah, that ash is just working. That ash is just working. Damage dealt 1.158. And again, this does not include the extra hits that you have done because of the 120. So this is like 4K. Am I tripping? It is, right? Don't be on your phone before bed. Yeah, my wife says don't do that, but I actually sleep. It doesn't seem like it bothers me that much that the screen is in my eyes. I know that the blue light is this and that, you know. I've heard those, you know, those studies, I guess, but I don't feel it. Also, people say that you shouldn't eat before sleep. Bro, you eat and you're out very often. So, also not really true. I would say that, yeah, I would agree in theory and like technically, yes, you shouldn't use the phone before sleep because, oops, no, I can't, I have to, you know, this map is so bad for Yorick that I just have to be in jungle 24/7. There's no, I can't be in any open spaces at all. Okay, Faker inting. I'm gonna have to fight a Aatrox. I think I can handle him. Without Maiden, though, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he does if he decides to push that top lane. He's probably gonna go mid, though, right? He might have TP, and he might do a little bit of that TP action. Yeah, I'm going. Don't you worry. I'm going. So I didn't really give you any advice about the sleep. One of the things that I know for a fact that does hurt is caffeine. And if you have stress, if you have things that you think about, and you can't let them go during the night. That's a prob. That's a huge prob. Yeah. Giving them a little bit of moral support. That Senna has. I have this feeling that she's the best player on this in this lobby. She's given me so much trouble that I, you know. Whoops. Yeah. GG. Still pretty funny. Should have focused more on jungle camps, though. I keep thinking about the work. Yeah, me too, me too, me too. Yeah. Especially if the work is stressful, obviously. And, you know, how to get rid of that stress? It's a tough thing because it's useful to be stressed because it makes you work, right? So your body kind of, it's not dumb for giving you stress. It's not dumb for giving you stress. But, you know. I'd say I can't give medical advice and go see a doctor, lol. It's not really medical advice, so it's, you know, if you really like boil it down to almost any advice is medical advice because, you know, there are thoughts in your head and, you know, you can, it's medical. Maybe if you don't struggle with sleep, you would notice things like turning off and not eating. I have struggled with sleep. Very often I will be, you know, rolling in my bed, rolling around. But I wouldn't say I struggle too much, yeah. When you sleep, your pulse goes low as you relax your muscles, but if you eat, the blood is needed for the muscles around the digestive system. Yeah, but have you noticed how when you eat, you become sleepy? So, you know, if the comparison is you not falling asleep and you falling asleep super fast, it could be that eating before sleep is, I'm not saying it's definitely the case. I'm just saying sometimes you be sleeping very well when you eat a lot. So, the quality of sleep is worse. It would, you know, you'd have to show that. I guess they have done some studies, but to me, I actually don't know. Who knows? Some have done, some that haven't done. It makes sense to me, you know. When we were gathering farm as tribes, I think it makes sense that we hunted during the day and then late in the evening we ate and then we slept, you know. Gifted 1 sub? Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you for the gifted subs. So how many is that? That's like 5, right? Yeah. Thank you for the money. I'll take it. No problem. I'll take the Monet together with Twitch. Yeah, no problem. The stream's continuing. It's hard to sleep when you're stressed, somebody says. It's hard to sleep. Man, I didn't read it. Didn't read it fully. Let's see. I think that was on YouTube, wasn't it? Hello, my friend from Uruguay. What is life? It's like a big obstacle in front of your optical to slow you down. It's hard to sleep when you're stressed, but talking to someone really helps. I usually talk to my friend. It's just to distress a little. Yeah, maybe. I guess whatever helps is good, you know? Whatever helps is good. I'm not personally a fan of hitching your wagon to other people. Because we are born alone and we die alone, right? Why is Akshan top? Why is he top? I'm gonna try to rabble rouse his ass again, but you know, don't don't expect much of this game. Supposedly we were up throughout the night eating and chilling. If we go back to the caveman days, eating and chilling up through what? Doesn't make any sense. Why would you not be sleeping during the time when it's dark? Humans are, you know, they don't see at night, so they shouldn't be up. When did you sleep then? Not you, but, you know, the caveman you. Maybe it's Drutut. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, I'm the one who inted last match. Remember me walking here, not looking at the map, dying? Happens. Rarely, but it happens. Look at that 200 FPS for no reason. I was worried that all of the setup is gonna, you know, F with the FPS, but no, it doesn't. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong in your computer and you just don't know about it. That's not connected to the actual power of the computer, you know? Man, this Akshan, Dale Cooper, I'm gonna exhaust him immediately. Hopefully when I get level 2, he's probably not gonna let me get level 2, but we'll see. Let's pray that he's not here. Because if he's here, I F up my early game immediately. But I do want to get that ward in, you know. I do want to start that jungle invading as soon as possible. I think if I exhaust him and get 1 Q in, it's worth. It's just worth. There it is. It's important that he places ward there instead of in this bush, because it's going to be way easier for me to hide here instead of there. So, immediate outplay. I need level 2. Oh, my lord. Oh, these guys. Did you see what happened? Okay, it doesn't matter. Minions gave him vision of the bush. Unlucky. At least he doesn't get the push in, which is really good for me. It's not as bad. Unlucky minions, let's blame them. Don't mind if I copy my Google research quote about it. The caveman sleeping? I guess you can copy it, or I can just ask Claude to research or something. Because it's probably the same thing, right? Wow, that's too far. That's way too far. Probably it's Google AI. You have to phrase it fairly, though, because the answers really depend on how you phrase it. If I, for example, say, does it make sense that the caveman slept during the night? he would say yes, probably. What if in case I'm really, really wrong about this, he would say, oh, no, they didn't sleep during the night, actually. But in case I'm 50-50, he would agree with me if I phrase it like that. Early human sleep patterns. That's a fair phrase, yeah, I would agree. I would agree that's a fair phrase. Why the F does he have Scout Slingshot? Okay. Flash is really painful if he can do it while you're low, because you don't have an escape when if he does it. Okay. Why do you have pumpkins on your head? It's based on the farm that I do. Literally. But I'm actually curious now. Am I really... were the early sleep patterns of humans really not sleeping at night? Because that's going to be new for me if I discover that. Whoops. Today. That's really going to be new for me. There's an average CS per minute, but there's also the pumpkins are actually based not on the average one, but they are, whoops, I got an unexpected, child labor check over here. They are based on the actual total amount of CS, and even though I died very early, I have almost 10 CS per minute, which is not something you can say about him. Which means that I am sort of kind of ahead. And if I can E and W, he dead. He dead, no matter what. Be careful about that, Mr. Yasuo. We don't want to have another roam gap. Okay. Where is the action boy? Where is he? I think he might have went back. Yes. There's the cabbage. Not there. Somebody has already farmed the cabbage. Let's see if I can E and W him. Oh, he's very careful. Okay. Unexpectedly easy since I died already early. That's it. Rabble roused his ass. That was almost a perfect rabble rouse. Exactly what should have happened, that exactly happened. Exactly that happened. It's hard to wipe that grin off of Yorick's face. I think there's a grin when I get a kill or something like that. Unfortunately, I think Rengar is going to be here anytime soon. There he is. I don't like this too much. Ah, we're gonna die now. Yeah. Oh, even Pike getting in on the action. I wonder if I should just take Profane, because this is just too crazy. Yeah. Ba, 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 da. 9% of target's current health. So let's say this guy has 2k. Let's say he's going to have 2k once I finish the second item. So 9% of current health is what? How much is that? 2k would be 180. Let's say it's reduced by 50, right? So it's 90. Isn't this just more? Like the Night Stalker true damage? Isn't that just more? I guess it isn't if you count the whoop, there we go. I guess it isn't if you count the extra that you get from that E, you know? So is YouTube chat working? Pretty sure it dumped it again. That's not too good. Yeah, it dumped it again. It's the same problem that I had last time on stream. One of the things that really helps for sleep, by the way, is physical activity. A lot of it, yeah, definitely. 100%. A lot of physical activity. Gotta be careful because he's gonna do some damage to me if I'm not careful. There he is. What's his name? Dale Cooper. What helps sleep is 15 hot dogs. You can never go wrong with that many hot dogs. You mean just the sausage or the bread? It's bread too. Unfortunately, I'm sort of a little bit addicted to bread products, and I sometimes have that late night snack. Just basic bread snack. I will have that often. Whoop, there he is. Don't do that, Dale Cooper. Don't try to farm when it's not allowed. 9 cans of ravioli. You know what I ate today in the morning? Please rate my breakfast, okay? And be honest. Whatever reaction you have, tell it to me. If you're a fitness guru, have your reaction. If you're just a glutton, have your reaction. I had 400 grams of Greek yogurt that was low fat. Then I had, okay, interesting choice, mister. I had 6 eggs. Nothing on them, just eggs cooked with oil, olive oil. And I think I had some smoked paprika on them. Just some seasonings, which don't count for the macros, really. I think seasoning can only improve macros. There's no way they reduce them. If seasoning isn't something like really, you know, gluttonous. And, okay. Oh, he's not here, so I can take this. For some reason, he gave it up. I don't... Well, it is what it is. So 6 eggs. Man, that was lucky. That was really lucky. And here's the good part. I added some ecological... Well, it doesn't matter if it's ecological. Just some high-quality cocoa powder to the Greek yogurt. And I actually ate it together with the eggs. Now you might be thinking, this guy is tripping. He's tripping because you don't... Oh. Yeah, I'm in the Farm Club, yeah. Eminem, thank you very much. 10 CS per minute. You might be thinking he's tripping because he's adding stuff that's usually sweet to eggs. And it was fine. It was definitely something that I hadn't eaten before. But it was fine. As a taste, it was completely fine. Yeah. I wouldn't say it was ultra protein because eggs are not really that ultra protein. Man, ultra protein is when you get that super lean minced meat beef. Now that's ultra protein. It's like something like 18 per 100 calories, which is insane. Whoopsie daisies, what you doing? Okay, he's doing nothing too bad. I'll just get this. Yeah, I'll just get this. I actually don't know. Is this really stronger than Umbral? Because look at it. It's 104. 104 true is way more than 9 untrue. Right? 9% untrue. I like syrup on my eggs. Yes, exactly. I've tried syrup on eggs and it's just not that bad. It's just not that bad. Let's just farm this mid a little bit. Okay, that charm was pretty good. That charm was pretty good. I'll take it. Action for some reason, getting in on the action. Oh no, top gap. Just a straight up top gap. No questions asked, just a top gap. Sorry. Okay. Let me slap this once and leave. Oh man, he perfectly avoided that one. Yeah. That's a pretty effing long ability range. Somebody said that this actually works on your ultimate. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's true. Maybe it is. It doesn't sound that bad, honestly. Yeah, for me as well. I think that's a breakfast. It's not that bad, yeah. We also have this cottage cheese that is like 0.5% fat, just something like 80 calories per 100 grams and 19 protein. 19 grams. Yes, you heard that right. 19 grams. You know, in other, I've never heard any fitness influencers from the West mention it, cottage cheese, and I think it's just not a thing that people do in the West. It's one of those Eastern European poor things, but sometimes poor things are good. Sometimes poor things are good. Okay. Curd cheese maxing. Yeah, it's called curd or cottage cheese. I don't know which is the right word that people use and should use. Oh, there he is. Careful. You know, I honestly thought that, whoops, that Maiden is a champion. And I thought I'm not alone. And I wasn't, but I wasn't alone in a different way. Oh, he sees me, he sees me. Whoopsie daisies. Braum, just a total Chad. Crazy. Absolutely riveting gameplay. Absolutely riveting, man. In Denmark, cottage cheese is highly rated. Yeah, in my kitchen as well. I also added the cocoa. Is that the right word? The powdered thing? Like in Latvian, we say simply cacao, which is just the powder, right? And I added it to the curd. And man, it didn't taste bad. Yes, it tasted healthy, quote unquote. It tasted healthy. And you know what that means, right? But it wasn't bad, especially, whoops, if you do it while you're hungry. Oh man, he's gonna, yeah, maiden, help me. Nah, I can't do this. Too many guys. She actually blocked it. Did you see that? It's a cool thing that you can do against Action. This is not a good item. I don't like it. Never trigger it. Almost never trigger it. This is a good item. It's a farming item. So maybe I should get that. Because you can always get out of situations. Hairy situations. Cottage cheese and Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt, yes, but I've never really heard people recommend cottage cheese. Never. Especially the way we buy it in our shops. We have these little 180-gram packets, which, whoops, okay, which are just packed. They cost something like 70 cents in the Lidl. And that's just like, guys, are you again going to tell me how it's expensive to eat healthy? Or are you going to look at that cottage cheese? Okay. Gotta be careful. But he dead. Which means that I don't have to be careful anymore. Some farmland. It's funny, when you kill a jungle camp like this, it is like taking a farmland for a while. Because you get the timer, so you have the upper hand once he spawns. So he's probably not going to spawn in time to protect this. He might spawn in time to protect the tower, though. I'm just going to, you know, the plate is going to be there. Oops, actually it's not going to be there if I'm not there. Oh my lord. Nope, it is. It's all good. Okay. Interesting. Gotta recall real quick. Actually, let me snatch some of those plates since Action is recalling. If he's alone, it's gonna be okay. It's pretty fast. Rabble roused the tower's ass. You know, petition to make Hail of Blades work on towers. That would be so funny. So funny if you could rabble rouse a tower with Hail of Blades. That would be insane. I'd like that a lot. Whoops. Man, he had the second jump. I didn't like that. Good money making. Yeah. Hey, Claude, can we switch to doing the API thing for chat on YouTube? Because I'm having some trouble with the chat right now. It would be cool if we could switch to the API thing instead of reading the chat, actual chat. Do you like kefir? Yeah, but I find it a little bit, I wouldn't say useless, it's just, why am I drinking it? And I don't mean to say, why am I drinking it, as if I know that it's useless to drink it, but I'm asking myself, why am I drinking it, you know? Why am I doing that? What is the goal there? Whoops. Man, that's... Why were they all there? I guess it makes sense because they were doing the Baron, but still. By the way, this is a funny build of for Smolder, because he is running this thing, right? And he's doing this, which means that he stacks it immediately, right? Kefir is good for your gut. It's kind of vague. I've also heard that, yeah. I've also heard that. Whoops, we're gonna fight for some farm. That's never a good situation to be in. And that's at 211 Yasuo. Wow, I didn't even notice it's 44 to 18. What is going on? But I still have a pretty good farming number, so I don't know. Let's invade that Mr. Rengar. You know what I want to know? I want to know if he's going to go to the top to get that Baron, or is he going to fight me in his jungle? Which is where I intend to fight him. Where's that crab? He's probably going to go to the Baron, though, so I'm going to release Maiden mid and just take these camps. Okay. Who is TP? Whoops. He's fighting the ghouls, which is pretty funny if you think about it, because I'm pressing space. They don't have vision, he just used his R, so I shouldn't die here. Yeah, I'll probably die because these guys know about me. Still pretty cool. He almost died. Hail of Blades hasn't really worked out this match, has it? I actually kind of wish that this item was back to the way it was because of the slow. The slow was really interesting. Now no chat works. Thanks, Claude. Really? No, it does work. Come on. Action somehow is legendary. Hopefully they're going to be baited into attacking me here instead of finishing the game. Nah. We're just watching silently. Low cortisol. Do you farm vegetables today? No, I simply farm. Farm includes farming vegetables. GG easy. Actually, the action, he wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought that it's going to be way worse. I'm studying gardening helps with better farm crops. Is gardening considered crops? You know, the things that grow in your garden, is that considered a crop? I guess it is, yeah. Why not? What do you recommend third item as Yorick AP? Oh, I actually promised you to do the other build. So I would like to try this. I think the third item for Yorick is very good if you do the bandle pipes. Bandle pipes is a really okay item on Yorick. The problem with this build, though, is that it is you don't farm that well with it. Brax, welcome, my friend. How do you like that the icons are working? It almost worked perfectly. The thing is this: if you send a message, the way I understand it, if you send a message in chat, it's not gonna work. The new icons, which are the hands that you have there, they are not gonna work until a new message appears. So since Tempest Epiphany wrote almost immediately after you gave that message, you sent that message, the icons loaded. I don't know what exactly it is, but there's something about the memory. And if you do the same thing now, they are going to work. And I said to Claude something about caching those images so that they work next time as well. So that should work. Today I was working on dynamite for my game, and man, it looks so good. The dynamite, it's so satisfying blowing up the room. So in the look at the screen game, I'm gonna try to make sure that every single thing in the game is destructible. And somebody wrote a comment in the Games for Humans channel that, hey, even the gun is destructible. And I thought, man, I should go the extra mile so I can market the game as every single thing in this game is destructible. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Unity Engine, but I discovered a few days ago that you can simulate physics in the editor, not in the play mode, which is absolutely insane. You can throw a dynamite just flying around in the editor, and it will blast and it will work, which is, if you ask me, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Do you think Latvia is a good destination for vacation in summer? No. I would say no, because obviously it depends on what you want to do. But there's, if you like Eastern Europe vibes, you know, if you like a little bit of sadness, not too much, but let's say 8 out of 10 sadness, if you want to see that, if you want to see art that kind of brings you down, yeah, come to Latvia. There's this piece of art that was controversial some time ago, which was basically a very poor drawing of some weird humans. And it's hard to describe, but it's literally just very poorly drawn human shapes with like 6 eyes and something like that. Listen, you know, some kind of a line drawing. It doesn't look like something a kid would draw, but it looks like something an adult draws. But it's very, very, very low effort. And this thing was put on one of the schools in our country. And there was a little bit of controversy. People said, hey, man, this sucks. And they said, no, you don't you just literally, that was the whole point. You don't get it, man. It's too deep. And it wasn't deep. It just sucked, in my opinion. And one of the messages under that, which obviously you couldn't even tell that was the message of the piece of art. There's a sentence below it which says, "We are just worms." What is the word when you are tilling the soil, right? That's the word, when you till the soil. And one of the messages below that artwork, not actually one of the messages, I think that was the central message, is that, yeah, we are all just worms that need to till the soil. And that's on a school. And I just today, I was walking by it and I thought, okay, fine, I get art. I like art. I like controversy. I like all kinds of like provocative things, but this just sucks. It's just, why do we need to, whoops, man, he missed everything. Why do we need to, hey man, you're gonna die. It's already sad. Why do you need to have messaging that makes you into this cog in this machine? Man, we're all just worms tilling the soil. We're all just worms tilling the soil. And somehow that's deep. Bro, it's not deep. It's just the Soviet Union talking through your... It's still there in your mind. That's why you have this cog-like mentality, which I personally do not like. That's a long way of me saying that it's probably not a good destination for you. But, it actually depends on what you like. If you like nature, yeah, there's a little bit of a undisturbed nature over here. Okay. Zach did probably go into his sleep paralysis there, didn't he? Okay. Okay, he's already pretty mad. We'll see if that continues. I'm not worried about the crowd, they worried about me. Okay. Careful, Mr. Brand. What's funny about this Brand matchup is that he is the perfect champion to use the Deathfire's touch on, and I feel like I'm gonna have a better number on it than he will. And that's gonna be a mystery, Vex recommends Latvia. It's not that type of sadness. It's more like... sort of like this European defeatist sadness, but without any of the rich. Germany, for example, has this very defeatist attitude to life, and they just kind of bog themselves down and try to do their best not to. Whoops! Careful! 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 Don't do that. Don't do that, Mr. Zach. Well, ping's incoming. And but Latvia has, it's similar, but without the richness, without the richness. So I try not to be unfair to my country. It's just that we haven't gotten over the defeatist attitude, which is like really grained into us, not just because not just because of our history, but also just because of people believe that, we shouldn't win. They actually believe we shouldn't win. There's a lot of people who believe that humans shouldn't win. I don't know what they're rooting for, but they do not want humans to win. I know that this is not just in Latvia, but Latvia is... oh, that's a cool animation. Man, he's pretty mad. He's pretty mad. Where's that music? Did you see that? That's awesome. That's a cool animation. Really cool animation. Do you think it will be overcome by future generations? Yes. I think it will. But that's more like a positivity thinking thing because I really have no evidence that it will. I think that I have sort of a little bit of grim view of Europe. I feel like it's just gonna slowly kind of a little bit peter out. And hopefully there's not gonna be like a big war or something that makes it fast peter out. But I just kind of feel like, hey, you know, it's just that people have this attitude of losing. It's amazing. It really is. Whoop. Okay. Well played, Mr. Zach. Metal can be pretty calm. Yeah, I like to listen to Tool. Tool is metal, right? Yeah. Hello, Polkrick. I'm Yorick main too, but I cannot play it without approach velocity rune. That's an interesting rune choice, yeah. I would approve it if you were, if you went something like Grasp of Undying and then you approach velocity on these mages. I don't think I need the boots just yet. I think 3 more waves. Oh, look at my farm. It's pretty good even for AP Yorick. Brand is a very easy opponent. Whoops. Didn't see him. Tool is amazeballs. I absolutely like Tool, but I realized one thing that the other day, that I only listened to like 5 of their songs and that's it. Not to say their others are bad, it's just that I probably haven't gotten into the other ones yet. And it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, he tried. I knew it. I kind of felt like he's going to do that. Because Maiden, you know, Maiden does the bouncing thing on his ult. Man, he got hit. He got hit there. Oh, he has way bigger number than I have, so I might have over-exaggerated my power here. This is a high-quality skin. Maiden looks good, the animations look insane. He's pretty effing mad. He's not mad, he's powerful, actually. He could flash and try to grab some damage on me here. He actually went to the grubs, I feel like. What? What's going on there? Not fair to compete with his DFT. I know, but I did compete in the beginning. I said that I'm gonna have a bigger number. Oh, he hasn't increased it one bit. Because I had a game where I had more than he did, and I kind of thought, you know, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Whoop. Okay, almost. Okay, now I go back, I think. That's that burn. That's that burn, boys. Yes, electrocute is very good. Just put on their artist page shuffle. Probably should do it, yeah, because I know that they have more good stuff. I think the first thing I ever listened to on them was The Pot. And they had this like animated the video, and people, there's this meme about that being the official video for it, because somebody there was something about farming in that video. I don't even know what that was. It's definitely something weird. I don't think they're gonna get it. The problem with the scuttle crab is not that they take it slow, it's that he will go in a bush and the kids will just not fight him anymore. And not always he does it, but sometimes he does it. Okay, I like that. I like that. I remember showing my friends tool videos and mom got mad, lol. Yeah. Moms in those days. Sorry, man. Now the nibbling starts. Now the long range mage starts. The Pod is the best entry tool song. Maybe because it's sort of like, it starts fast. And I remember I was, whoa, okay, that was effing far. You know? He's gonna go in his stasis, isn't he? No, actually no. Interesting. I remember I showed, I put on the newest album, and I think the first song, Fear Inoculum or something like that. No idea what the words mean. I know what the word fear means. And my friend was giga annoyed that I played it in the, we were on a trip, and I played it in the hotel. And he was pretty mad about it. Sorry, Brand, it's over. Whoops. Should have done it faster. Man. Oh, Lord. We really did F that up. Sorry. Should have done it way, way faster. And by the way, look at this measly number. It's just not good. It's almost like if you're going this Leandri's build, just do Electrocute. Just do Electrocute. Don't F with this, you know? Don't F with this. Hello, Exol. You have to take Black Cleaver and Eclipse with this rune. Yeah, but look at the number. It's bad. You can take Black Cleaver and Eclipse with other runes as well. I think it's gonna be better. By the way, I really liked Poland. I was in Gdansk, and it was awesome. I really liked it. Poland is one of the countries which it felt a little like a solid place. You know, it felt like a solid place. We have similar history with Poland, we as Latvians, but Poland fought more than Latvia fought, which doesn't mean that Latvia was at fault. We're just small. And one of the, oh, you know what was interesting when I was in, hey man, what are you doing, bro? Can I even die here with this? I could, maybe, I don't know. When I went to England, it was very interesting for the first time to be in a country which wins. And you could see that on streets. You could see that in the monuments. You could see that everywhere. Not everywhere, though, because they are probably scrubbing it as I speak, right? But it was interesting being in a place that, whoops, that wins, that has won, at least in the past, you know? I think if we go by which country won the most, that was the English. They only started losing after the Revolutionary War in the United States, right? I'm from Gdansk. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Where exactly are you? Oh, why am I asking where exactly? That's already a city. I really liked how the tram went through the whole city, and I don't know, I liked it. I liked it. Okay. They do not have a losing lane. Whoops. Oh, I don't like this Melio at all. What?
What's going on here?
What was that? What's going on here indeed? Okay, good jump. I'll take that jump. Okay, Yumi. Jinx. What? How is that route working? Through the air? Why is that route working through the air, man? Look at this guy. Look at this. Okay. Oh, look at that. So much damage happening on that Jinx there. So much damage happening on her. Almost perfect. Hey, Mr. Smolder, I'm fighting for my life over here. Are I not? Whoops. Whoopsie daisies. I think I can go for this. It's gonna be part of the... it's gonna be part of the... Bandle pipes. I'm gonna be playing some bandle pipes. Oh, we might actually catch her. Zach is gonna have it, yep. The sad thing about my wall is that sometimes, not always, sometimes what's gonna happen is it will push them further. Oh my lord, I'm gonna die here. His burn is just burning and burning and burning. My number is definitely better than his. Definitely not better than his is what I mean to say. I can't even farm this. That's the difference between the AP. I've become less of a fan of the AP build simply because you can't really farm that well with it. Too many pumpkins on my head, honestly. Don't you think? It's a little too many. It doesn't represent the diversity of fruit and vegetables that is possible to farm. Whoop. Okay. You have a farm on your head. That actually makes me think maybe it should be a real, a real farm. Whoops. Zach, we gotta make sure not to get rabble roused, because there's a lot of guys here. There will be a lot of guys there. Yeah, Mr. Zach, don't do that. Okay. I like Brand. I find it interesting that he's a jungler. Not this one, but in general. Hey Claude, I did see the YouTube test that you put out, but it feels like it's not taking in the chat messages correctly. Can you double test it? I guess you can bump the quota budget because it's still at 3,000 compared to 10,000. That's the limit. Why would you build Shadow Flame? What's going on here?
What's going on here?
Exactly. Whoops. Careful, careful. I don't think I win this. He's also a drain tank, since in a sense. But he's a better one because he has a just a little bit of those, support items. Not support items, but support players. I noticed if you want to go split push on AP, Yorick, just build static. But it's so bad. With lethality, you just get all of that for free. And with AP, you just have to struggle big time.
O'Davin says, "What is life, Mr. Pokrick? Hello from Uruguay."
Finally, it worked. Can somebody type some messages on YouTube so that we know if it works now? Do you think AP build is actually good or just for fun? I think it's good in top against all kinds of tanks. There is definitely good there, yeah. Urgot just going in. Okay. Testing. No, it doesn't. Man. Oh, it actually does. Or it doesn't. One of these days we're gonna figure it out. Excuse me, what is this? What's this range that's happening here? Exactly, what's going on here? I think it's GG. I can't really stop this. Yeah. Whoopsie daisies. It's really good to get HP Cho'Gath. Yeah, all of those HP champions is good. Malphite, for example. I think the biggest part about it is that they build armor and it just counters it, you know? I think that's the biggest part about it. YouTube keeps not working if I don't scroll the chat. That seems like a problem with not using API, but using the weird chat logging. But I burned the Mordekaiser in a recent game. As you should. I think this is the last game for this stream, my friends. And then I'll see you day after tomorrow. I think today in Latvia it's like work celebration, something like that. It's a free day for people. So there's a lot of people outside. Not as many as the day I Show Speed was here, but still a lot. I cooked him from afar so he couldn't ult me. Yeah. That's how it should be played. That's how it should be played. What do you think if we try something new, completely new, this match? Let's find it. There we go. This one. Either this or tank. What do you think? Complete tank. Infinite mana Yorick. Yeah, that's exactly the reason why to get that. Homer Simpson. Tank feels slow. Maybe this? I don't know what this means. Okay. Is Triforce considered tank? 0%, no. I think it's Doran's helm. It's just better than the other item. The math says, oh, I forgot to remove exhaust. It's all good. It's all good. Grasp into 0, but that's why I have approach velocity. I'm gonna try to show you that it can work. if he allows me to get the grasp stacks, whoopsie daisies, we have an AFK. Well, anyway, what did he? 81 today. No, she's reconnected. Well, okay. Got a little bit of a prob over there in that top lane. And sometimes these guys will allow you to smack them even if without the... there we go. Even without the approach velocity. Yeah, exactly. That was a good... Did you prepare that? Because that was exactly how that felt. 100%. Just a tiny smack. Tiny slap there. Yeah. Whoops. The problem is that he's so close. Whoop, there we go. He's so close, oh my lord, to the tower that I can't really safely get these slaps. I have to endanger myself big. Missed both. Very good. I think there's no soundboard coming to stream. What do you mean soundboard? Maybe some of the commands don't work, because I definitely hear things happening. I actually feel like I shouldn't get Heartsteel, but I should get Force of Nature. But it's pretty stupid, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, I think it's a little bit... It's a little bit on the spectrum, you know? It's a little bit on the spectrum if you do that. Whoops! Ah, shouldn't have used my wall. It was clear he's gonna escape. But there's no way Azir can outpoke you because of your Q. The healing is just too much. When you buy Heartsteel, you kind of have to become a sort of like, kind of like this support, roaming support. Because otherwise, what you doing, you know? Okay. Yeah. Probably could have survived without the exhaust though. All the other sounds are low. Maybe this. By the way, what happened with the WASD? Are people playing it? Because I don't see any... I don't see any OP ADCs yet. Is it not live? What's going on? What's going on there? Can you do Heartsteel sound for us? I cannot. What do you mean, can I do it? Of course I cannot. What's interesting about Heartsteel though is that you can pair it with the Black Cleaver and do some smacks. Some serious smacks. This Azir has been... Whoops. Only 2? I think I survive only 2, yeah. Let me heal on this if Nafiri isn't here. Oh, Lord. No, I don't survive this. Oh, I do, actually. Interesting that they abandoned the idea. Bum ba-dum ba-dum. Gotta run. There we go. Ran at him. Whoops. Missed that cannon. Smacked him. How are you preparing that so fast? How are you doing it? Pre-typing. Because it was almost perfect, but there must be some sort of delay. So how can you do that? So you have to probably press it even as I'm running, right? You're probably doing that. When I hit E, that's when you press it, so it lands, right? You trickster. What's happening with this Nafiri here? Okay. Magic Sunfire second. Ilawi is pretty mad, it looks like. What's going on there? Why is Ilawi so mad? Okay. I recently started working a 9-to-5 job. You know, I still work like from home, the same things I worked before, but I started working. Whoopsie daisies. That's not great. There we go. Smack. That was a pretty big smack if you ask me. It's a pretty big slap if you ask me, actually. Okay. No, that was not the sound. But I changed my scheduling of when I work to 9 to 5. Let me tell you, it's pretty cool. 9 to 5 works. 9 to 5 gets a bad rap because people lazy. But in general, it works. You could actually make the argument that 9 to 5 is a lazy schedule, because it's only 9 to 5, and you're probably taking a break, right? Don't do it. Oh, she still hits me. What? It's one of those abilities that has infinite range. Playing into Vayne is very high cortisol. That's why she's mad. Okay, fair enough. I like that. I like that. Can you plus Heartsteel in Soundboard? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I don't think it's possible. No, it is possible. First of all, I would have to get the sound. And I would probably have to extract it from some sort of a YouTube video. Second of all, it would interfere with the League sounds because it's very close to the actual League sounds. So, whoops. Quite good farming, even though I have 0 damage items, right? It's because playing into Azir as Yorick is very low cortisol. One of the lowest cortisols that you can have. I think even Vagar is higher cortisol than Azir. Okay. I think I will have to go back before I get Heartsteel though. No, I can stay. I can stay. What's funny about playing versus Azir, for example, is that with Heartsteel, you just have to slap him once, and then he's in big danger immediately, right? Unfortunately, he's gonna... Yeah, of course. Yes. They jump, they play the game, they start the... And I smack. And that's how you escape using that second wind. Just smack and cheese. Smack and cheese. Don't do oopsie daisies. Now, you can also smack and cheese like this. Boom, there we go. Just a little bit too much. If you look at how much that has second wind done in the last 2 minutes, you're going to see it was insane. You're going to see it was insane. You can get Heartsteel sound file from League Wiki. Okay. Are you challenging Claude? I can ask him. Hey Claude, somebody in the chat wants a message when they type !Heartsteel, the Heartsteel sound to play. And you have to get the sound from Wiki. Can you do that? And can you do it fast? Don't do it slow, do it fast, because the whip can be coming out, okay? The whip could be coming out if you don't do it fast. So, yeah, get on that. Let's see if he... there might be a brief reloading of the app, by the way, when that happens. Pyke is pretty cool because he has CC, right? He's one of those CC champs. Okay. Whoop. Okay. Just farming that health. Just a green thumb, man. Just a green thumb. Very well done, mister. Unfortunately died, but I'll take the 300. Was it 88? What? There's a little bit of that. Whoops! What was that? Hex optics, right? I see that, Nafiri. It's kind of unfair that you can see that.
Smash.
Okay. Claude, you have to use the Heartsteel trigger sound, not the Heartsteel charge sound. Although, you could make a Heartsteel charge sound as well. I feel like it could be pretty cool if you could do that. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. Why are you straight up unkillable? I think second wind. That's an honest answer. No trigger, no flame, no nothing. Oh. So the next item, you know what that's gonna be. I think you know. I think you know. If you know, you know. Whoops. Can't do much. Sorry, man. I don't have health. So he was testing the heartsteel, right? Did I see that in chat? Whoop, don't do that. Straight up unkillable. Again. Straight up. Oh. That's very unfair what she just did. I'm just gonna tease them a bit more here.
What's going on here?
What if there was some sort of like before the game there would be a lottery of all the item cubes, and whichever cube gets sort of picked by random, some sort of a physical system, you know, I don't know. You know how there was this lotto thing with the balls, and it would just sort of rattle the balls and the ball cage, and it would just pick a ball and a number, and then you would, you know, you had a ticket and you know, etc. And I would have to play with that item. Because I think that, man, this looks ridiculous. I just saw what the heartsteel looks like right now. And I would have to play with that item. And what's interesting about Yorick is that he can pull off a lot. He can pull off a lot. Okay, I'm out. Or am I? Yes, I am. Am I? Yes. Am I? Really? Guys, I need some help here. Baited. Well. Ilawi's high on that dopamine. You can get in a dopamine trap playing Ilawi.
What's going on here?
Misfortune is really strong, so I could just straight up go for you know, supporting her as a second support. I don't think the heartsteel is working, man. There we go. Let's see what we can do. But she's 8-5, so we might die. There we go. There we go. Whoa. That was very loud. Hey man, that was very loud. Please don't do that again. It's like 50%. Make it 50% at least. Okay. Thank you. I'll take them plates. Got some stackerinos over there. A few stackerinos, if you will. I have 8 assists for some reason. Whoops. I think I need bandle pipes now. The support Yorick arc. I wish I could seriously go on a support Yorick mid arc where I play support Yorick. Claude sure is taking their time. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so does the chat command work? Can you tell my people in chat how to use it? I think that's enough. I wonder if I can mess with that Neferi a bit in the jungle. Probably not, though. Bandlecocks. Why are you calling bandle pipes like that? It's not polite. Not at all. What is Misfortune doing? Smart, okay. Stole it. Releasing Maiden. Okay. Just to create some chaos. There we go. There we go. She's not coming. Okay, we can go mid. We can rabble rouse them. I wouldn't call this a team fight. I would call this I would call this macro. Yeah, the YouTube chat is having the same problem over and over again. It's all good. It's all good. Man, I wish I will actually probably play one more game, and I'll try if I get mid, I'll try Deathfire's Grasp. Whoops. But with the intention of being support from mid. Okay. Meaning that I rush the Black Cleaver. What the F is that? Actually saved them. Actually saved them. Bandle pipes? Bandlecock is a cute name, I guess. But does that make any sense? Oh, I have to help her. Just a bit. Just a bit. The Yorick support is here. Almost got hit. She looks like someone who could have bandle pipes on her. Whoops, sorry about that. We can hide here. Okay, she's cooked. You can start rolling in that damage. You can start rolling it in. Because Maiden cooks her with the black cleaver. Whoops. And she does, you know, obviously she's cooked a bit. Obviously she's cooked a bit. Maybe they don't grow corn. Corn is underrepresented. Yeah, it's actually true. It's actually true that it's underrepresented. So if I think from Misfortune's perspective, where would she want to go now when she spawns? Any ADCs in chat? I don't even know what to get. Maybe Leandri's? Just completely crazy build here. I think she wants to farm this mid. Oh, okay. That's... Oopsie daisies. Okay, bandle pipes. Bandle pipes? Nope, no bandle pipes.
What's going on here?
Unkillable. Pretty funny. Bandle pipes? Just giving them some sound from below, you know, behind. Just some bandle pipes. What happened there? I have 14 assists. Now that's some Yorick support gameplay, okay? That is some real ass support Yorick gameplay. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He just be supporting his team. Team is still a banned word, but he's pushing and supporting his team. That's what he's doing. Completely random build. Mario Stomp. Bandle Pipus is proud. Yeah. 29. Interesting. I thought it's going to be 30. I started today with 3. Lost a bunch of games. And now I'm 29. So, it's all good. So, it's all good. Yeah, I'll probably not play one more game. I'll leave it up for the... It's insane for a negative win rate, yes. But that's the way it works when you just got promoted. It's all good. It's all good. Now, what else can I tell you? Nothing much. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you next time. I don't know. I don't know. Lethality seems the most fun. But I'll leave my mind open for the support Yorick, you know. I'll leave my mind open. I think that there's definitely something about it. So yeah, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you next time. These balls are really not working. These balls are really not working. On my next stream, I'm gonna really dial it in and try to get these balls working, because bro, they you know, we gotta have them. We gotta have them. We gotta have them. Also, it's a different tone of these balls. Not a tone, but it's a different shade. It shouldn't be a different shade. Right? Yeah, okay. Hue. Yes, hue. And even the gray ones have a different hue. Hey, Claude, can you make these spheres, balls, can you make them not have smooth shading? I'm curious to see if they would look better with the low poly shading. Can you quickly do that? Let's just wait for this. Also, you haven't wired in the real counter for the balls, like for the YouTube and for the Twitch. You have to do that now. Actually, not now, but, you know, after stream, let's say. First deal with the low poly balls. Then rebuild, and then build the other thing, okay? Let's see if he doesn't mess it up. Who wants to see some low poly balls? Who wants to see some low poly balls? Also known as flat shaded. I think in Blender they call it smooth shading, but that's like a layman's term. They use the word Fong, but I'm not sure if that's actually a better term. Maybe not. Can you tell how many balls is this? Well, not now. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he comes up with. When do we get a D's audio clip? I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Ooh, okay. What is this now? What is this now? Looks way worse. It's the problem isn't with the low poly look. The low poly look is pretty cool. It's just that, bruh, where's the lighting now? Well, I'll deal with this later. So thanks for watching this. Made it worse. It's all good. Happens. And I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time. Okay. Thank you for watching, my friends. I'm glad to give you this stream. You just got here, you know, it is sad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's all good. I'll see you on Tuesday. No, Wednesday. Wednesday it is. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye, my friends.